Hi YouTube. I have an update today. It is July 23rd, 9 o'clock p.m. So I have an update which is semi-good, and so here goes. So I never officially made an update that I was able to change my social worker appointment from the 29th, and I got it changed to the 23rd, which was today. 2:30 my appointment was. Um, I don't know if any of you guys know, but I have 4 children. Um, they all go to camp right now, but the 2 younger ones were not able to get in for this week, so I had them home. I have them home with me. Um, I know I look like crap. I'm going to bed, so it doesn't really matter. um, so my dad is home on Tuesdays, which was great. So he could watch them today, and I could go to my appointment, no problem. Well, I am a super idiot because I like to take my kids places. Um, I like to see them happy. I mean, what parent doesn't? And my 2 youngest children have never been on the subway or any sort of public transportation. So my son, who's 6, Nathaniel, asked me if he can come, and I said, you know what? Fine, sure, no problem. It's not going to be an issue. So then my 4-year-old daughter started crying that she wanted to come. Finally, I said, okay, fine, I'll just bring both of them. It's not going to be a big deal. So we get on the subway now, and everything's great. They're so amazed. They were so happy. I posted pictures on Facebook, if you follow me on Facebook. Um, got off the subway, went on the streetcar, got off at Toronto Western, went inside, um, went upstairs, sat down for my appointment, waited, and the social worker called me in. Um, she said depending on how they are, we can get the appointment done, no problem. It shouldn't be an issue, which is great. Note to self, never bring my children again. They were perfect up until we got into her office and sat down. And they just went crazy. They kept talking. They weren't screaming, but they were kind of rambunctious. We got most of the interview down, which was fine, and she did, however, tell me that I'm going through to the next process, and I have to set up my dates for the nutritionist, um, psychologist, and dietitian. And not nutritionist, dietitian, nutrition classes, and the psychologist. And then I see the surgeon. I have my surgery date, which is awesome. But she said there was a few more questions she did want to go over with me, um, and she needed it to be quiet to go over these questions with me, so she wanted to reschedule. At that point, once I heard reschedule, I was completely livid. I mean, who wouldn't be? I tried to push this process along, and hey, I've jumped ahead like 4 months, which is awesome. Um, and I'm not really complaining because I have moved up, but it just kind of disappoints me, that I tried to do something good for my kids and something that they would like, and because of their poor choices, she wanted to reschedule, so it kind of sucked. Um, she said, I'm definitely moving through. I have the clearance. She just wants to speak to me about a few more things. So she rescheduled for this Thursday, which is the 25th, and she wants to have an appointment by phone. She's going to call me by phone, and then she is going to have my next appointment set up. I don't know how that's going to work out, but so overall, it kind of just pissed me off, because when you hear reschedule, you're thinking, oh great, I'm gonna have to wait like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks to get an appointment with you again, unless of course there's a cancellation. When she said by phone, it wasn't really that bad, and then she said this Thursday, and I said, okay, fine. So we have an appointment 8:30 a.m. She's gonna call me. We're gonna talk. We're gonna set up the appointments. Originally, my goal was to be able to get into nutrition class for next Tuesday the 30th, next Tuesday the 30th, because nutrition classes are on Mondays or Tuesdays. Mondays is at 3, and Tuesdays is at 10. And since my children come home from camp at 3:30, that would be no good for me. I definitely could make it work. I have a very good friend who doesn't work on Mondays that I can ask. And Tuesdays work better for me because it's 10 a.m. and my dad's home on Tuesdays, so I never have to worry too much about the children on Tuesdays being picked up from camp. And the other 2 small ones are going to be returning back to camp next Tuesday, or next week they'll be in camp for. So that's fine and dandy. But it was just really upsetting to know, as a mother, you put your faith in your children, and it came back to bite me in the ass. And I know that, at least my appointment's this Thursday, so it's the day after tomorrow. It's great. It's just, I was hoping to get my appointments today, my next appointments today, and I would pretty much have an estimate as to when I would have surgery. So, but I mean, worse things have happened to people. I can't really complain. What else was I going to say? So, social worker doesn't really, she goes through your psych eval, because, like I said, we were able to touch on a few things today. She goes through your psych eval. She asks you a few questions. She asks you about income. She asks you, can you afford it? Do you have a credit card? Does your significant other support you? She asks you about your children, your parents, family. Pretty much anything to do to see if you're sane, right? She asks if you've harmed yourself ever, if you've ever had depression, if you've ever taken antidepressants or any other sort of medications. What else did she ask? Why do you want the surgery? She asks you what you think you would have to, what's the biggest thing that you're going to have to overcome in order to get to your realistic goal. How long will it take you to get to your goal, and what is your weight goal, like a number. She wants a number. And she says, okay, so for example, you want to lose 140 pounds, whatnot, and she'll ask you how long do you think that it will take to get to that goal. And I know it's not going to take as long as I think, but I was just being realistic with her. I didn't want her to think, oh, I want to lose 130 pounds in 4 months, which is not realistic. But I did say a year, if not a little over a year, so... Oh, sorry guys. I'm extremely tired. So yeah, she was fine with everything. She definitely said that I'm a candidate for surgery. She just had a few more questions that she did want to go over with me before they go ahead and set up the rest of these appointments. So I don't know how it works via phone, but she will be calling me on Thursday, 8:30 in the morning, and I will let you guys know how that goes. Until then, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm watching all you guys' journeys. I love you all, and you all are doing great. Have a good night, guys.